It is my pleasure to introduce Brad Smith, CEO of Intuit. Brad, welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. A lot of people in the audience got inspired by your speech. Just wanted to let you know that.
Thank you so
and
much.
That's what we look for at Tycon, to inspire entrepreneurs. I want to start with the overall outlook of the current economy. And, we say that tough companies and tough entrepreneurs are made during these times.
Yes.
I wanted your take on that.
Well, obviously I'm no economist, and a lot of people out there smarter than me are trying to predict what's going to happen, but I try not to spend a lot of time doing that. I have two fundamental beliefs about the economy right now. One is, regardless of when it turns around, I think it's going to shape the shopping and buying patterns for an entire generation. So it's going to need to require all of us to change. But the second view is, this is a time of opportunities, you just said. If you look at the current leadership in the marketplace, the top 20% of leaders actually took over the leadership position in the last downturn. So what entrepreneurs need to do, what great companies need to do, is to play offense in this downturn. Get great talent into your company, invest in marketing and IT, and continue to look for ways to grow customers and share, and you'll come out even stronger.
I want to jump back 2 years at Pepsi, and then he came to Intuit about almost 10 years ago. So you've seen the whole cycle pretty much, the software side. What was the difficult thing when you're making the transition, and what was the good thing about it?
It's a great question, and I will tell you what I learned early on is I had a great leader tell me it doesn't matter what you're selling, what you're really in is the people business. So whether it's soft drinks, or it's advertising and direct mail, or it's payroll at ADP, or it's the products we have at Intuit, the essence comes down to understanding that there's human beings on the other side of that transaction and truly understanding what's important to them. And then the fact that life's a team sport, and in a company you're surrounded by great employees that are smarter than you and better than you, and you have to give them room to breathe and innovate. And so really the transition has been to understand the different kinds of problems, now that I'm in a new industry, that our customers have, but keep the same principles in place, which is allow great people to do great things.
We try to nurture entrepreneurs, and mostly up-and-coming entrepreneurs. And the challenge for these people is figuring out if they are good managers or good leaders. Just wanted your take on that.
I'm going to quote our chairman, Bill Campbell. I think he's got the best, the most inspirational philosophy on this, and it is, your title makes you a manager. Your people decide if you're a leader. And leadership's about inspiring ordinary people, which all of us are, to do extraordinary things. And I think one other thing about leadership is understanding that life is a team sport, and the key is to get people to understand that a player who makes a team great is always going to be better than just a great player. And that's what leadership's about, getting people to play as a team and do things they couldn't achieve individually.
How do you motivate every day? It's a tough economy. What is your take?
Motivation is always relative. I would say the first thing we all need to do in this economy is to be honest and face the facts. Don't try to put lipstick on a pig, as I would say where I grew up in West Virginia. Realize that it is tough. It's tough on us and our family lives at home. We're all trying to balance our checkbooks and make the next bill payment. We're all worried about whether or not the company is going to have to do anything that might impact our job security. So don't try to disguise that. Have an open dialogue and conversation about it, but then focus on the things that we can do together to be a part of the solution and not be victims. And that's really what I try to do, is I try to say, look, let's get out there and help customers right now by giving QuickBooks away for free, so that those small businesses can survive. Then someday they'll remember we were there, and they'll help us grow our company. And if you just make people a part of the solution, I think you'll come out of this thing even stronger.
Finally, one last message to our attendees, and most of the audience will be watching this, is they look up to inspirational leaders. Leaders who are not just mechanics, but like you said, inspiring people to move up and keep going. But just want a couple of key takeaways, because they keep hearing the mantra every time, but at the end of the day they get bogged down, they get nervous. So a couple of key, you think, mantras that people can take and get inspired, and to make sure they're facing the economy the way they should be.
I'll give you two key takeaways here. The first is the inspirational leader that you need to be inspired by is yourself. Look in the mirror, because no one can be a greater you than you. At one time I tried to lose my accent. I was sent to a communications course because they said they wanted to get the folksy out of me. And you can see that didn't work. So I decided to be me and just try to leverage my strengths. And that's what all people need to do right now, is don't look for somebody else as an inspirational leader. Look at yourself. But the second is, I have a very simple philosophy. It's called the 3 E's. Energize, educate, and empower. Anytime I sit down with someone like you, I hope I leave you with your heart beating just a little bit faster. That's energize. I hope I'm educated by something I didn't know, that you share something with me, even if it's the name of a family member or something that inspires you, and that way I'm smarter the next time we get together. And then empowering is leave somebody with something they're now able to take and do without you present. And if you focus on that in your day-to-day interactions, I think you will continue to be the inspirational leader that you hope to become.
On that note, thank you very much. We were looking for this inspiration. I appreciate your time.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. Really enjoyed it.